I love the show, what I've seen of it so far. I was going to ask, I mean, just to begin, because obviously I've only seen a quite small amount, so I'm quite interested to see where your character goes. But what can you tell people about your role and how she fits into this story?
What I can say about my role is my character is a tricky ghost. She's a mystery. What we understand is after betrayal of her family, she needs to leave. And what is beautiful and very romantic about this kind of character is when you have to throw everything away and to leave everything behind you and to start with a clean slate somewhere else in a different country, in a foreign country, where you'll have to rebuild yourself in a way. Even if you are vulnerable, and even if you are an easy target, a vulnerable target for maybe she will be mixed up with some wrong people. And it's going to be this journey where you have to create a new identity, what does that mean to be a French in a foreign country? What does that mean to be a French in Syria? What does that mean if you have to fight with the Kurdish fighters against Daesh? What is the Kurdish fighters? I mean, they are fighting for a new society. They are fighting and they stand against the oppression, the domination, about also against the fanatism. And it's very brave, and it's not my daily life, so I was very, very curious and very surprised and very I thought it was very interesting to arrive in this kind of universe.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously mentioned it's not your sort of daily life, but were you able to resonate with the character in just you've obviously gone and made films in like America, so you're talking about going abroad as a French woman and sort of having to be alone sometimes in a kind of foreign landscape. Were you able to draw parallels in that regard of traveling sort of by yourself and having to work or to do stuff in other countries?
But it's great to work, like to have this kind of job. I mean,
yeah.
Then you are aware of what's happening around you. And I am curious to meet people and different culture and different languages, and also as an actress to work sometimes with an Israeli director, like for this TV show, he was Israeli, or sometimes to work with Spike Lee. I mean, it's something where you are very, I feel very lucky to have this kind of chance and to integrate myself in something completely, very far away from who I am in my country.
And just before we go back to the show, you just mentioned Spike Lee. So I just how was that experience working with Spike out on The Five Bloods? Because we interviewed him actually for that project, and he's a great character and a great sort of personality, isn't he?
He's a master of cinema. He's a maestro of cinema. So what I love about Spike Lee is he's the filmmaker of Brooklyn. He has a real incredible identity in the cinema. He found a new cinematographic writing, and I love how he tells stories. So it was something very unusual. It was such a new field for me.
And I mean, with No Man's Land, it was it's one of those series where you watch one episode and you just instantly want to watch the next episode. Do you remember having a similar experience to that when you got the scripts? Was it a real page turner? And did you get all of the series in one go, or did you get each episode kind of sporadically?
I'm not used to watch some TV show. And to be honest, I think it's the first TV show that I saw. Yeah. I've never seen any TV show. No, it's not my type. I prefer to watch, to go to the cinema. I prefer, it's just a choice. But when I watched this one with my children's, and I can say that I was but it's very sharp. It's very intense. It's interesting because it provides such a unique look about what's happening there, and there is well, I'm very proud to be a part of this kind of project, because it's an important subject, topic, events around.
Has working on this made you want to explore more TV now?
Well, maybe.
Yeah, would you? Because I mean, could there be a second series of this show? I mean, it's got some great characters and it's a great landscape, isn't it? It feels like there's lots of scope for this to go much further.
I have no idea for the moment. Nobody called me, so I really don't know. But I would love to going back there and to continue the journey of my character. It will be great. But no, for the moment, the phone didn't ring.
And because I'm just wondering about the research you did for the character, because I guess as an actress, you always want to maybe do research into the world that you're going to inhabit. But I guess in this instance, is it quite a closed off world? Was it quite hard to speak to people maybe that are involved in this world?
The thing is, I'm not very comfortable when I have to speak with the real people who were involved in this real reality. I feel that I need to immerse myself. I need to fully embrace my character, but sometimes it's not really necessary to meet the real people, because I really feel like I don't feel comfortable. I prefer to watch some documentary and to understand the journey of these women, and to understand their goal, to understand their thoughts, to understand because it's very simple in one phrase. It's like, if you have some cigarettes and if you have some fire and some tea, you can sing. And it's their life to fight to do not be killed. They don't care to survive. They just want to be free. And when you got all this kind of little reminder, then you need just your imagination and to have your faith with you to embrace the character. But if I have I would love to meet a Kurdish fighter, but when the purpose is then to play their life, I don't feel it's honest sometimes.
And you mentioned obviously you like going to the cinema. I was just wondering how the French film industry you think is, what the future is looking like over there as a result of of COVID, because in the UK so many cinema chains have closed and it feels like the cinema experience is changing. And I just wondered if that's the same in France.
For the moment, it's closed. It's going to be closed for a while, I think. Well, it's going to be a year not easy for everybody, not only for the culture. It's going to be tough and really hard for everybody. And so that's the way it is. We try just to protect our family. We try to protect our oldest, and we try to be to be responsible.
Yeah, but conversely, is it quite nice that shows like this? There's an accessibility now where they everyone can kind of watch them together. Because when I was growing up, it felt like if I wanted to watch a TV series in French, I would have to go to France. But now you can, especially like Scandinavian thrillers, are on because of streaming and stuff. It feels like programs like this are very accessible. It must be quite nice to work on a show like this and know it's reaching millions of homes worldwide.
Yeah. Yes, true. And also it's all the mixture of all this culture, because the director was Israelis, because we worked with some English actors with French actors, with Kurdish actors, and Morocco's actors, because we were shooting in Morocco. And it's it's a rich combination of people, of language, of different culture, where everybody is the same place, in the same place to tell the same story and to have the same engagement. To, like, everybody was involved the same, you know. It was a way to give a vision of the world to the audience, all together.
Yeah, brilliant. So my very final question before I go, you mentioned you were shooting in Morocco. How was the food? Because I love Moroccan food. I bet that must have been quite nice to have been.
The food is not bad, I can say that the food is really delicious.
Yeah, cool, brilliant. I grew up. My old babysitter when I was growing up was Moroccan, so I used to eat Moroccan food every night. It's probably why I look like this. But thank you so much for your time today. It's been a real pleasure, and best of luck with the release.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,